Gentlemen in the back, could you turn down the lights a little bit, please?
Maybe close the door.
Yes. Ooh, hey, look, the lights are...
Mood lighting.
Oh, it's so romantic. And the perfect outline of my hat on the screen.
You're gonna have to duck for some of the video.
Oh my, that's rather a lot of hat. Yes, we are experiencing technical difficulties because the lights don't seem to work on a standard dimmer switch.
It's not digital.
Okay. You know what? I think this is good. I think we can work with this. Hello? Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. Is it okay if we close the door?
Man, we're asking a lot of them.
Oh, that's what they're there for.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You didn't have to leave.
No, you can stay and watch, really. We don't mind.
All right. Hey everyone, thanks for coming to our little panel entitled Unintentional Comedy. The Dreadening.
Yeah.
I'm Tom, he's an evil genius white, and this is my good friend Derek the Bard Burrow.
We review things on the internet.
Folks, what we're about to show you is a rare form of comedy. Comedy that is created by sheer accident at the hands of people trying to create serious entertainment.
That's right. All you're about to see has been carefully and efficiently handpicked using our scientific process of eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Just to forewarn everyone, we are reading from a script here, so it seems like we're looking down a lot and occasionally stumbling over our words. It's that, and not just our usual social awkwardness.
We're professionals.
Now, you're first. Now, every clip featured in this panel comes from a professionally released television show, movie, novel, comic book, or video game. And to show you nothing is sacred, let's start off with a part of a video game that's not even intended to be entertainment. The game's anti-piracy warning. This is from the game Dononpachi by Atlas. And what does their legal team have to say about piracy? This game is for use in Japan only. Sales export, blah, 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 blah. Violator and subject to severe penalties and will be prosecuted to the full extent of the jam.
Go ahead! Prosecute me to the full extent of the jam!
Oh, you do not want to mess with the jam industry. You don't get a name like Smuckers without occasionally beating down some arcade game bootleggers. What's that? You want to play this game outside Japan? Well, guess what? You'll just get smuckered, son! Okay, everyone here remember the Cops cartoon? You know,
Fighting crime in a future time. You know that scene in Last Action Hero where they're pairing the hilariously mismatched cops up with one another? It's like that. Only it's a futuristic cartoon show and that's how their actual police department functions.
In this panel, we hope to show you the gripping origin story of how the Chief, Bulletproof, turned into a cyborg. Basically, it involves a lot of screaming.
Again, this all happened before he got turned into a cyborg. This is an example of an exponential increase in badassery.
Or in medical terms, incremental awesomeness.
We know what we're doing. We're science doctors.
And who can forget that classic episode where the robot dog Blitz was reprogrammed by the crooks?
New house. The mayor is furious.
Apparently the mayor is also a mime. What's going on here? Did the voice actor who plays the mayor not show up to work that day? Or does the mayor just prefer to express himself through interpretive dance? What is it, boy? Something about the mayor? Okay, one word? 3 syllables. The mayor is nonchalant, frustrated, wistful? No, that's only 2 syllables. Wait, I've got it! The mayor is furious.
Oh! You're supposed to be a clip there, Tom.
Yeah.
The mayor is furious.
How did you get that from waving around his arms and flipping you off? I'm trying to tell you I was choking, you bastard!
Yeah, whatever. Here, this should be fun for those of you with a rudimentary understanding of the laws of physics. Try to explain what's going on here.
See what happened? Trapped to Archie.
I'm sorry. I'll give it back. Here.
Let's just remember, this is the same show where an entire police force was once beaten by a single child who refused to behave, and where the main villain was once kidnapped by his 5'0" elderly mother simply by tugging on his ear. In Cops, physics and common sense are everyone's bitches, and my microphone acts weird.
Yeah, it's gonna go on.
Solving it this way. Keep going.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Tom.
You know what was a popular movie last year?
Why, yes I do. Okay, this is a stupid segue. Here's something from the Avengers video game.
You just made fun.
You can't escape! You will be the one escaping!
Oh snap, guys. Captain America just got smuggered! Okay, show of hands. Who here has never seen Star Wars?
Which one? Like all of
I
them?
see you there, Howard.
I haven't.
Well, for those of you who raised your hands, which was evidently more than 0, I have this great movie to show you that, for all you know, is totally original. It's called Starcrash, and no, the title doesn't make sense even in context. Marvel at the marvelous marvels contained herein.
What? Big noises. This movie involves Tom Baker fighting a cut rate Cyberman with a lightsaber?
Better. Your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gentlemen. You are indeed watching David Hasselhoff fight a robot with a lightsaber.
Look out! He's almost about to actually attack!
Wow, okay, evidently these robots were made of explosive styrofoam. Light as a feather, but turns into a torrent of sparks on impact. But while Starcrash might be a triumph of special effects and fight choreography, it does surprisingly have its flaws.
We are repairing technical difficulties.
Live, everybody.
Either that or I'm a Dresden Files wizard.
Check it. Nope, it's
Still cutting out.
okay. So it's the cord.
Okay.
Pull it back.
I can shout across the room for right now.
Just steal his microphone.
Derek's good at projecting.
I'm good at projecting.
You're gonna have to lean in, Derek.
I just have
Yeah,
to
just
speak.
like put your arm around him and get real close.
I'm performing from the diaphragm. Diaphragm. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Give up, darling.
More unintentional comedy.
Unintentional comedy.
Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
But while Starcrash might be a triumph of special effects and fight choreography, it does surprisingly have its flaws. Like continuity. Here, watch this clip and let's try to keep track of how many ships they're fighting.
They're attacking!
Oh man, the laser cannon! Spectre 7, fire!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them, right? Did I get that?
Yeah.
Looks like there's 6, but it's kind of hard to tell. 5. Okay, there's 5 of them. Fine.
Get ready, here they come.
Spectre 7, fire on the approaching ships. Power is up to full battle speed.
Wait, is that 3? Now 2? Okay, I guess they just separated. There's still 5. Yeah, there we go.
You. Why don't you come back now?
What is she talking to? What is she talking?
Here they come, Spectre 3. Two ships approaching from the right. Attack, attack, fire now!
Okay, moving up. 4, right? 3.
All right, we've got them.
Fire, fire!
Okay, now there are 2.
One more. There's one more.
Oh, okay, there's 1 more. Now there's 3. Okay, maybe she lost track of 2 of them?
We've got them.
There's definitely 3 left.
Watch out on the right.
We're down from 6 to 5.
What? Well, I see 2 ships there, so is there 2?
Come on, hit 'em!
Settle down, Beavis.
More to the left.
Ready? Then fire 5. Then 6. Fire the laser cannon, robot, fire!
We got it.
We're holding.
Now.
3 ships approaching from the right, fire!
What did he say? Did he say 8 ships?
He said 8 ships.
All right, we won. We did it.
They won? Isn't there still...
What?
I don't even know what my name is anymore.
It's Chauncey McCoolahan, my friend.
Okay, thanks. Actually, maybe folks can help me reorient my brain. Who here can tell me a few short, basic facts about space?
Anyone? Audience
No
for days?
sound in space!
In space, no one can hear you scream.
There is too much of it.
It's cold.
It's big.
It probably smells.
Good.
No one mentioned there's no air in it.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
But still, congratulations. You know more than the guy who wrote and directed this film.
Enemy arriving with torpedoes.
Hello?
Prepare for attack.
Works. Thank you. What if we'll take this today's show? The incredibly weird-looking guns. Are those crossbows? Like, are they using crossbows in space? Why do their helmets look like penises? And why do they have arrows pointing towards the person in the eyes? Are they saying aim here? Why are they flying dick ships? Why did you so easily break through glass in space?
Moreover, why is no one suffocating to death?
Those are
There's air in
torpedoes
space.
with people inside. They launched brass torpedoes through space, through breakable glass, and there are troops hidden inside. This was their plan. Their entire strategy hinged on the laws of physics making no freaking sense. Kindly note the 0 of people being sucked out into space.
Perhaps this was sponsored by Trojan.
Oh. This next movie, Invincible Super Chan, is one of the most hilarious kung fu movies I've seen. Your mileage may vary, but I think this speaks for itself.
Wait, I think I saw that move on an episode of Power Rangers Ninja Storm once.
That's a pretty violent episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah, Hurricaneger was an odd show.
It's kind of hard not to find this movie endearing. It keeps trying to be really gory, but it just doesn't have the special effects budget to pull it off, so they keep resorting to weird stuff like this.
Hug of death.
Oh, and check out this amazing scene transition here, guys. Okay, we've gone from Italian cinema to Chinese cinema, and to show that I'm an equal opportunity sarcastic jerk, let's shift our focus to a little movie from India called Robot. Wait, did I say little? I mean the biggest budget movie to come out of India in the history of the world. So you know this is going to be good, right? You can all be totally impressed with this amazing fight scene. Here's what you need to know. Girl's in trouble, Robot helps her.
Apparently all the bad guys are made of hollow metal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah? Ah, crap. Screw it, I'm not using the mic. Oh yeah, well, I'll see. Okay. Use the mic whether I like it or not. Oh yeah, I'll see your Indian robot fight scene and raise you a Dutch Santa Claus zombie fight scene.
Okay, for those of us who didn't watch this movie with you in Sin Wicked's house in Peterborough, what is this movie called?
This movie is called Saint, or Saint, and it's about a zombie pirate Saint Nicholas who kidnaps and murders children.
So it's a kid's movie. To be fair, as awesome as Santa Claus decapitating a dude with a crow's ear is, I just don't find it so unintentionally hilarious.
Come on, it's awesome! I'm giving you genius, you're giving me jock itch.
Okay, yes, I guess zombie Santa Claus spin slicing a dude's head off is pretty out there. I just don't find it that unintentionally funny. At least not as in the same sense as this next scene. So, here, tell us about the hero of the movie.
Well, sure. He's a jaded detective who hates Christmas so much that the very sight of a Christmas present makes him violently angry.
Why is it ladies?
There's wine in it.
Oh. But it's square.
I've never seen wine that way.
It's box wine. Have you ever had box wine?
Wine has some class.
And no, there's no context we're not showing you here. He opened fire on a Christmas present simply because it was a Christmas present. That's how much he hates Christmas, folks. By the way, Derek, why is that thing you just said about jock itch sound so familiar?
Allow me to educate you.
I'm giving you genius, and you're giving me jock itch.
Generation X, I might have known.
You make it sound like there are other movies.
So much hate, Derek. Okay, enough movies. Let's do some comics. And you know what? We're going to start with the classics. Superman. This is from the very second issue of the Superman comic. Oh, and what goonery is this?
Superman goes down before a firing squad barrage.
I should mention this is early in the comic, so the world doesn't really know about Superman yet. The soldiers do seem oddly unalarmed that they're being ordered to shoot some dude in blue tights, but whatever. As the squad commences to march away.
Just a minute, boys. Try again.
I can't understand how all of you missed him, but there's one thing I'm sure of, it won't happen again.
Ho hum! This is beginning to bore me. Our guns must be filled with blanks! Ow! My foot!
That was the plan. I got into flex.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my privilege to introduce you to the first too stupid to live henchman in the history of superheroes. Now let's skip ahead to just one single panel in issue number 4.
Changing into a Superman costume, the reporter races towards Oklahoma with the agility of a startled antelope.
Do you think when Jerry Siegel wrote this, he did it totally straight-faced, or was he snickering the whole time? Okay, everyone, prepare yourself for Battle Rangers. No, it has nothing to do with Power Rangers.
Oh,
It's an arcade shoot 'em up about, well, I'm gonna let this general explain the plot.
your mission is to rescue kidnapped president alive. You understand? Go ahead.
No, I don't think I understand. How did, I mean, where do I need...
You understand? Go ahead.
Yes, General? But really, the General is much more eloquent than the bad guys of this game. Check out the rapier wit on this guy. You, invaders! Get you the hot bullets of shotgun to die.
We got a genius on our hands here, Tom. Also, maybe he shouldn't bring a shotgun to fight a guy who has a freaking rapid-fire rocket launcher!
Oh, by the way, since Derek reviews books, we're obligated to have at least one book here on the panel, so here's Vampires in Their Own Words.
I don't actually have the book with me. I gave it to Maven of the Eventide at Con Bravo. This is a non-fiction book, and it's written by a bunch of so-called real-life vampires, sharing their vampiric experiences.
Yeah, this thing is Betty. Here, read the bit about the nut who legitimately thinks she can shapeshift.
I'm a shapeshifter, meaning that I can move my astral body around in all sorts of ways. It's a shaman's tool. At rest, with no attempt to shape it to match my physical form, my astral body is basically just a mass of tentacles that constantly test the air around me. People who are psychically aware have often been very disturbed by seeing these tentacles. When I change shape, heck, for that matter, when I give my astral body a human shape like my physical form, I'm basically just winding and bundling and fusing tentacles together into whatever shape I like. This was written by a woman named Raven Caldera. Raven Caldera. I've met a few people named Raven in the past. It's a legitimate name, like Apple or Moxie Crime Fighter. But Caldera? That's the mouth of a volcano. This ain't the woman's real name, kids. I can tell you that much.
Still better than Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. You'd almost think this book was intended as a joke, but then I look at its Amazon page and the reviews it's got. Look at this. I think it's a fantastic source for anyone who wants to learn more about what real vampires think about real vampirism. This is not the stuff of fiction or role-playing games. The people in here don't come across as weirdos or crazies either, in my opinion.
These people come across as pants-on-head crazy.
In fact, let's do this. I think it'll add some legitimacy.
Endarkment, a term coined by Lady Darkrose of House Sable Brahmin and later adopted by House Sekamu. Endarkment is a form of vampire enlightenment, by which an individual comes to a greater understanding through a detailed exploration of his or her dark side. In a psychological sense, it can be compared to the integration of the Jungian shadow.
Okay, I think this is already a little played out, so let's instead talk for a moment about Resident Evil. An incredibly popular video game series that spawned an entire series of movie adaptations. Clearly it has a gigantic fan base, but let me ask you something. Have any of you actually played the first one? It's goofy as fancy molasses. All the context you need for this one is that Barry and Jill just left the dining room to find that Wesker has disappeared.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Why does she keep moving around like that? Does she have to go to the bathroom?
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
The dining room?
Okay.
As in the room you just left and where
Wesker
Wesker clearly wasn't around?
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Jill Valentine, the master of unlocking.
If she's an expert at picking locks, why did they give the lockpicks to Barry? I just can't figure it out at all.
Well, it can't be helped. So, Archie comics is a thing. I have this kind of weird fascination with Archie. They're like this comedy Ouroboros. People who have no idea how to be funny try their hardest to be funny, and despite the fact that they've been doing this stuff for years, they still fail so spectacularly, it actually becomes funny. You have no idea how rare that is. Take this gag right here. Hello, Veronica. I'm glad to see you're feeling better.
I haven't been sick, Mr. Andrews.
Oh, Archie said you had a fever Saturday night.
Dad! I said Ronnie looks so fine that she's the new hotness!
See, isn't that just fascinatingly horrible? Everything about this comic is wrong. The joke isn't funny. The attempt at slang is garbage. Nothing he says even remotely sounds like fever, except maybe the word hotness. And even though Archie is pretty much speaking a language that can't possibly be English right now, there's no way Archie's dad has never heard the term hot before to describe a girl. Just, holy bad, this is bad. But I'm not done. I think more examples are called for, like this one from Jughead Jones Digest number 83. Here's a comic about Archie and Jughead getting stranded in the bad part of town. Wait, is that Alan Moore in the corner?
Yeah, dude. This is an Archie deconstruction comic. A hamburger junkie died in Riverdale tonight. He reached up and asked me for change, and I said, no.
I'm not crazy about this neighborhood. We're all the way on the other side of town.
Uh-oh, there's also a bunch of tough-looking guys in here.
Because when I think of tough guys, I think of curly afros. How are we going to handle this?
Maybe we sounded tough, too.
Let's not use our own names.
Okay, I get it. Let's use tough-sounding names.
Guys, you're not going to fool anyone into thinking you're tough. To start with, just look at what you're wearing. A white dress shirt and sweater vest with your high school letter on it. A bright pink sweater.
And a crown. He's wearing a crown.
He sure is.
Do you know why Jughead wears a crown? Because he's the queen of Archie's world.
Are you quoting something?
Maybe.
But really, Jughead's clothes only heighten the fruitiness of this pose. Take a long gander at this healthy specimen.
There's more concentrated badass in a 5-year-old girl decked out in Hello Kitty gear, having tea time with her kitten and her older brother's G.I. Joes. At least the Joes have a kung fu grip and the kitten's got claws.
Hey Spike, do you think they have a phone in here?
I don't know, Hammer.
Archie and Jughead, masters of subterfuge. Here's a great way to avoid unwanted attention. Loudly and suspiciously announce your intentions to each other entirely as an excuse to use your brand new made-up tough guy names. Spike and Hammer.
Never heard of them. Let's check these guys out. Obviously, names are a perfect gauge of toughness. That's how we end up with Spike, Razor and Blade, and let us not forget, big, fat, ugly, bug-faced, baby-eating O'Brien.
I think I just wet myself.
She has that effect on men.
We want to use the phone.
It's over there.
You must be tough guys. Proceed. Look at this. If this is how Archie acts tough, I can't even imagine him acting like a sissy.
Hello, Al's garage? This is...
Tell him, Arch.
Al, this is Archie. You can't hear me? I said this is Archie. Archie! Archie!
Look at these guys. Are they all mad at the nerve of this guy that he doesn't have a tough guy name? Or maybe they're just mad because they're trying to have a game of pool and some idiot is yelling his name into a phone. Archie? I thought your name was Spike. Oh, it can't possibly be a nickname, right? Clearly Spike is a name given to a child by his mother during a birthing process known as the trial of iron and snakes, thereby ensuring their child a life of being a tough guy. You can't say the same for the woman who named her kid Hammer. All she did was ensure her son a successful rap career in the mid-90s.
Easy, guys. Moose is coming over to fix the car.
Yeah, Moose is coming.
First we get Spike and Hammer. Who's Moose? A girl?
You know, I think this is actually how this sort of situation would go down. The writers are trying to make it look like these guys are here to pick a fight for flimsy reasons, but really this is about our heroes being deservedly ridiculed for being fantastic spasms. This is such an unintended parallel to Napoleon Dynamite. I wouldn't be surprised if Archie tried to tell him he spent the holidays hunting wolverines with illegal ninja moves.
Shakespeare says, what's in a name? Would not that which we call a rose by any other name smell just as sweet?
I don't know.
We're not sure either.
We'll take Shakespeare's word for it.
Okay, but I bet he's never been on the other side of town.
Jughead, you magical idiot. Your names had nothing to do with it. The reason you got in trouble is because you were making up obvious lies to try to impress people. If they actually just acted like their normal dopey selves and used their real names, other guys probably wouldn't have even noticed them. Would have helped if you took off the crown, though. And maybe you didn't stand like this. Just look at it. When I was in high school, this would be the guy the nerds would pick on.
I stand by my Kevin Smith quote.
But my favorite part of Archie is when they decide, amidst all the awful puns and painful attempts to connect with today's youth, they're going to throw in a dramatic story, like maybe a detective story or science fiction. That's when we end up with something like this. This comes from Archie Double Digest number 134.
As the sunlight begins to warm the surface of Mrs. Beasley's leftovers, a strange chemical reaction begins to happen. The ingredients begin to boil and churn, and then it almost seems to breathe. Archie just disproved creationism.
Guys, just a heads up on your choice to do a horror story. I think it kind of takes away from the scariness factor when you have Archie's smiling face on the title page.
Oh my stars!
Jughead, that thing has Ethel. Do something.
Okay, I'll finish your lunch.
Wow, Jughead. That is cold.
I think Big Ethel just got schmuckered. It's leaving! We better follow it!
Yes, let us hapless, overly effeminate high school students all run after the giant compost monster.
This would have gone a lot differently if it had happened at Sunnydale. Miss Grundy! Notify the proper authorities while we trail this thing at a safe distance!
Okay, that actually sort of makes sense. You know, calling the authorities, not pointlessly endangering your students by chasing monsters. But yeah, he did say from a safe distance, so I can't say this is totally stupid.
What?
Is that a sex swing?
So they're going for the whole, it's not a monster, it's just sweet and understood angle. Archie Comics masterfully sways from one cliche to another.
How do we stop it, Dilton?
Water!
There's no time to quench your thirst, young man.
Yeah, because that's what I do when I'm thirsty. That's it! Water! Guys, I'm gonna get a glass of water, thereby slaking my thirst.
Ingenious! Do I not amaze you? Woohoo!
Since our creature is made of concentrated food products, a large blast of water should blow it into a pile of lifeless leftovers.
It makes sense!
No, it doesn't!
No, it really doesn't, but where do we get the water?
I know! The emergency fire hose on the other side of the stage! Oh, you mean the stage you're all looking at? Some principal you've got here, he doesn't know where his own emergency fire hose is when it's right in front of him. Look, the monster is not going anywhere. No one's in any immediate danger. Why don't you just wait for those authorities he called? It's turning! The water's on the way!
Eat H2O, food man!
They gave Mr. Weatherby an action movie one-liner. No, scratch that. They gave Mr. Weatherby an action movie one-liner, and the best they could come up with is eat H2O, food man.
Nice to meet you, food man! No, wait, that doesn't work. I'm really having trouble with these water puns.
Derek, maybe you should leave the witticisms to me.
Shut up!
Oh, awesome. They just established the monster was only infatuated with a girl and meant them no harm, and they solved the problem by murdering it. Then they literally dance on its corpse. What kind of message is that? This is a children's comic, right?
Eat hearty, people! There's still plenty left!
Everyone just seems to ignore that the cafeteria food comes to life and kidnaps people! This seems like an important detail!
How can anyone eat anything she makes ever again? How's this woman even still employed? Her cooking is so bad that she literally created a monster. And what happened to the authorities they supposedly called?
I think they were all trying in vain to save the mayor's new house.
I understand the mayor's furious. Okay. Now, Wizards of the Lost Kingdom is one of those sword and sorcery movies that, to look at, you'd think is an Italian exploitation movie, like Starcrash. But nope, it's actually from Finland, and it's got everything. Weird little pig monsters, silly hats. Yeah. And I think that's Moses. Ridiculous wizard duels, everything.
But does it have wizard chicken?
Nice dodge, bro.
Wizards are famously not very dexterous, so the swing dodges seem to make sense.
You can trust Derek on this. He's a wizard librarian. They even have vanilla Chewbacca.
What? Why is there a kid?
Just wait for it. There's wait. This is what happens when you look at your life through heaven's eyes. A kid Nageti! Why is there a kid Nageti?
There, kid. We'll magic you up a new father. You want your Lego Ninja? Yeah? Want your Lego Ninja? Okay, we'll get your Lego Ninja.
Do Yetis have X-ray vision now?
But really, the best part of the movie is the incredible acting and the groundbreaking special effects.
Magic doesn't work outside the castle. I'll try. Watch your evil eye. Shirka's magic identify. Pool of power, pool of light. The spell, blind your sight.
By the eye of Agamotto! This is the power of the spice.
The spice must flow.
You have not found that ring yet! If the son finds it before me, I am finished!
Now, what just happened here? One way of putting it is that a man did everything in his power to please his cruel master, who killed him anyway, and that's not really funny, so why am I laughing so hard? Probably because another way of putting it is that a man in a very silly hat just evaporated Oompa Loompa.
Did I hear him shout Hadouken earlier?
Yeah, that sounds like what they should have been shouting in that wizard battle earlier. movie is Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave. Now, what would you expect from the title Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave?
Wizard chicken?
What does that mean?
Nothing, go on.
Okay. This is our protagonist, whose name I forget. Anyway, all the character development you need to know is that he knows Kung Fu and likes to crack every bone in his body. Oh, and then he gets unexpected visits from the ghost of his father.
Oh my god.
Man, this Chinese Hamlet reenactment sure is getting off to a rough start.
My father is dead. I just come back from hell. Huh? Are you kidding?
Ah, the wise words of a man visited by the living corpse of his father. Are you kidding?
Show the next clip! Show the next clip!
Alright, here you go. This is a sword fight between two wizards.
Wizard chicken!
Okay, yeah, that does kind of sum it up. Wizard chicken, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't know how many accidental deaths are caused every year by kids playing wizard chicken. It's like a war zone out there, man.
Can't imagine the authorities are happy about that. I'm not even really sure how to provide any context to this next clip, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you.
Count Dracula, come to my aid!
I need this.
He summoned Count Dracula with a giant wad of cash.
I can't even joke about this. It is what it is. In the midst of a Chinese period piece about kung fu and ghosts, a wizard summoned Count Dracula by whipping out a wad of American cash.
It's special. It's differently smart.
And that movie is called Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave. Next we have Hard Ticket to Hawaii. A fantastically absurd movie. I don't even need to set up this next clip. All you need to know is that the guy with the man purse is the good guy, and the guy with the Uzi is a bad guy.
Hey, Colleen, who's that turkey with you?
He's just a thrower.
Sorry, Buster. We ain't allowed here. Take off. Hey, lighten up. We're just throwing. Oh, yeah? Let's see you throw one.
Well, your story checks out. In fact, your frisbee skill makes me so confident you have no ulterior motives that I'm gonna just go ahead and put my gun away.
You don't look so hot to me. Oh, yeah? You didn't catch this. Hey. That's out.
My death frisbee.
It's for the moon, high cops.
Razor blade death frisbee, son. Raise the roof for me, Derek. The roof is thusly raised. Next scene.
What?
Look out, he's got a gun!
Gun wouldn't be what I'm...
The bazooka line? It's the only gun I can hit a moving target with.
Okay, I think this is too crazy to fathom without visual aid, so here's some diagrams. This guy comes at them with a shotgun and a blow-up doll. I assume the blow-up doll is some way to hide the shotgun, but I don't know, maybe he just works for the Joker. The Jeep then backs into him, which instead of flattening him or sending him flying backwards, somehow propels him straight up. So high that they have time to pull out a bazooka and blast him while he's still in midair, and still have time to line up a second shot to take out the doll. Actually, now that I've created these little diagrams, I think what I would really like for Christmas this year is one of those old school Tiger handheld games depicting just this scene. Moving on. I'm not really sure how to introduce X-Men because we're at a geek convention. Those of you who don't know who the X-Men are here because someone was underage and needed an adult to accompany them. Or you're someone's significant other who got dragged along. Maybe both, we're not judging.
That's enough, Tom.
Yeah, I think that'll do. In Uncanny X-Men number 3, the third appearance of the X-Men, they're fighting a circus. No, I'm serious. They tried to recruit the Blob, who turned his entire circus into a group of supervillains. And as such, they deemed it best to use their circus gimmicks to fight a powerful band of mutant superheroes. Didn't expect the flying Zamboobas to tackle you this way, did you?
Zamboobas? Good work, Servaldo! Now, let us bring him down to Earth! Their act is that two men fly out of a cannon, having been previously packed in head to ass? Human centipede cannon?
Yeah, shooting yourself out of a cannon at a man who can fly has got to be the dumbest way to subdue someone I've ever heard.
Not as dumb as being the dude at the back of the cannon.
I stand corrected. This is the dumbest. What kind of thought process went into this strategy? Look, Beast is coming right at us. Quick, form a human pyramid and catch him between our thighs. How did this even cross someone's mind?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, Tom.
This next one requires just a little bit of explanation. In Uncanny X-Men number 9, Professor Xavier confronts a supervillain by himself, despite being in a wheelchair and bald.
Being bald is not a disability, Tom.
The X-Men follow him, but after a while he stops sending them his psychic messages. And then this happens. Look out! You'll stumble into that hole in front of you!
There's not enough time to sidestep! But by telekinetically putting that log over here, I can step down it in safety!
Well done, Marvel Girl.
That thought! It's the Professor!
The Uncanny X-Men! Solving minor, easily avoidable inconveniences!
There's plenty of wackiness going on here that I'm not sure I even need to comment on, but I'd like to draw attention to the fact that the Professor, while wrapped up in a life or death struggle, finally manages to break his silence in order to congratulate Jean Grey for not tripping over a hole. But whatever, this was back in the 60s. Back when making comics as stupid as possible was Marvel's mission statement. 25 years later, the X-Men were being adapted into cartoons and video games, so things got a little bit better. Like this arcade game.
Oh. Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is in another place. Whoa.
Thank you, Mario, but Magneto is in another place.
I am Magneto, Master of Magnet.
Master of Magnet?
I have to admit, Master of Unlocking wasn't as prestigious a title, but at least it was grammatically correct. Man, he says the word shield like he's taking a dump.
Shield!
Die! Kill you! You are dead! I kill you, X-Chicken!
What?
Ex-chicken is a pretty sick burn, though. Oh, and while we're on the subject of Magneto's mangling of the English language, I've had this clip up on YouTube for years now, and particularly after Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed the X-Men arcade game, it's had quite a lot of attention. So rather than make my own joke, Derek and I would like to read some of my favorite comments left on the video.
Magneto, welcome to grammar!
I really miss the days when villains were sincere enough to be polite and welcome you. We used to be, welcome to your doom, but you just don't see it anymore. Thank you for having manners, Magneto.
Die, population 3.
What's Magneto's power again? Oh yeah, exploding laser beams.
Die ain't no country I ever heard of! Do they speak English and die?
Welcome to Die. Our national language is English. Today's forecast is cloudy with a chance of cancer.
Roses are red, violets are blue. In Soviet Russia, Die welcomes you!
Welcome to Die with your host, Magneto!
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Welcome to Die.
Inigo Magneto.
My name is Inigo Magneto. You killed my father. Welcome to Die. Sorry, guys, script.
Although X-Men had some pretty ridiculous origins, I think most people who read the original comics would agree Spider-Man is a pretty great comic from the get-go, at least compared to what else was available at the time. However, it wasn't without its mishaps. This is from Amazing Spider-Man number 3.
My web! He snapped it! Nobody has ever done that before!
And now, Superman, I grow bored with this game. My time is too valuable.
Yes! I have other continuities to misremember. Witchblade! I am Hyper Time! I don't even get that one either, and I think I might have written it.
Yeah. So what's next? Oh man, you guys are in for a treat. We're gonna talk about Edison Death Machine. I'm gonna give Derek the honors.
Edison Death Machine is to horror movies what The Room is to drama. It is possibly one of the most hilariously ineptly made independent films I have ever seen. It concerns itself with a theoretical machine that Thomas Edison built, or claims to have built, or possibly ripped off from Tesla.
Yeah, Derek, save the history lesson for the Lovecraft panel.
Okay. All you need to know is that a gang of thieves seduce an idiot museum curator to break in, and when the curator hits his panic button, they need their tough-as-nails thug to deal with the guards. So ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny! A masterful entrance, worthy of the likes of Randy Orton or The Big Show. You can tell this guy's badass. I wonder what he can do with a sword.
Why do you have that, Johnny?
This is a handmade samurai sword. One like this would be $15,000 in the States. I have this one custom made for $3,000. All this talking, swords has just made me happy.
I need to give Star Wars Kid a hug. After all those horrible things he went through, his little home video never meant to see the light of day is way more impressive than this guy's serious attempt to act like an expert swordsman in an actual movie.
Better than his boss's attempt to act like an expert criminal. See, the machine can raise the dead as zombies, so Johnny's boss, Renee, hatches this master plan.
See this photo? That ring was lost to history forever, but the person who possessed this ring could sell it to the highest bidder for millions. Guys, this is just a tip of the iceberg, a taste of the branding.
You mean grave robbing?
Grave robbing. The name of God. It wouldn't be grave robbing. Think, Jack. We know where some of the greatest treasures of all times are buried. Hell, X marks the spot. And yet we're helpless to retrieve it because society says that we can't dig them up. But now, we don't have to. They'll bring it to us. The machine will bring them back. They will give it to us. No crime. None on the books. We are rewriting history. There are no laws against it. A gift is a gift. It doesn't matter who or what gives it to you.
That isn't how the law works, movie! The law does not recognize that you stole a zombie machine and can raise the dead! How the hell did you think this was a good idea?
Easy, sweetie. It'll be alright. You know what? We've had movies from America, Italy, Finland, Hong Kong, India, the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure As in Death Fishing was made in international waters where their crimes against man were unheeded by mortal eyes. But all this time we've been neglecting Norway and its own personal version of the Blair Witch project.
This movie is called Troll Hunter, and it's about trolls.
As in giant monsters, not the guys who use incorrect grammar because they think it's an awesome prank. Here's a freebie. For those of you who spend a lot of time on the internet, which, yeah, I don't know if there are any of those here. Anyway, whenever you encounter trolls, just link to this video clip. Say nothing more. The video clip does your job for you.
I'm determined to make this the next YOLO. So basically the movie is the Blair Witch Project, but with trolls instead of a witch. And in this movie, trolls eat Christians.
That's pretty metal. You can tell this movie's from Norway.
And who could forget this timeless scene? I honestly can't tell if that was supposed to be funny or not.
Well, I'd say either way, breaking up the tension in your suspenseful horror movies so a troll can fart on a search party was a questionable decision.
Speaking of questionable decisions, let's delve into the world of Scooby-Doo crossovers.
It's Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin? What are you doing here?
Hey, look, Tom! It's the audience! What are they doing here?
If we had planned this better, we could have had Rob Paulson walk in right now and then act totally blasé about it. By the way, that was Scooby-Doo meets Batman, in case it wasn't blatantly obvious.
Most of the rest of it was meant to be funny, but it does feature a scene where Batman realizes that a $5 bill is counterfeit because he's pretty sure that Lincoln didn't wear turtlenecks.
Yeah. We'd show you a clip of that, but I had a hard enough time working on the plan to get Rob Paulson to walk in so we could act blasé. Derek, I pose a conundrum to you. A riddle, if you will.
Very well, sir.
What is a man?
A question for the ages indeed. What is a man? Be he mere mortal or something more transcendent? Is a man defined by his actions? Is a man's worth determined by his accomplishments? Or is worth inherent in his very existence?
Richter Belmont and Count Dracula explore this and other such deep subjects in the thought-provoking piece of storytelling history that is Castlevania, Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Does a pile of secrets even count as a metaphor? It's like he started out trying to do a metaphor and then gave up 2 words later. It just came out and said the word he was trying to allude to. It's like you were trying to call someone a liar, but instead you called them a cup of lies. Why say someone's an idiot when you can call them a treasure trove of being dumb? I'll just say whoever translated this conversation from Japanese is a miserable little petunia patch of incompetence. Well, I guess I have nothing more to say on this subject. I received a lot of comments in this video too, but they mostly come down to this one comment that everyone keeps repeating. Roses are red, violets are blue, but enough talk, have at you. Okay, now we can move on.
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this.
Thank you. Farewell for now. What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Tom, why did you include this clip in the panel?
Because I'm interested in this. While we're on the subject of Castlevania, let's take a peek back at Super Castlevania 4, the first 16-bit Castlevania game, considered by many to be a classic. What can I poke fun at here? Oh, the game itself is pretty solid, so I'm just going to make fun of its manual. Simon has found an ancient tome left to him by his ancestors, revealing the secret of the whip. In it, he learns that the whip can snap in 8 directions. Whoa, hold on. How stupid is the Belmont clan? Simon, who at this point has already been in many quests, during which he uses mastery of the whip to defeat entire armies alone, has to read in a book that he can snap his whip in more than one direction. And this counts as some ancient Belmont family secret. This is something I wrote down in a mystical tome and passed down from generation to generation, and is so guarded that Simon didn't even discover it until after he had already saved the world multiple times.
What's this? I don't have to whip straight ahead? I can do it at a 90-degree angle? Wait a minute, 45 degrees too? What numbfuckery is this? I wish someone had told me these things before I killed Dracula twice!
In other news, I love Super Friends. It's the most consistently, hilariously stupid show I've ever seen in my life. It stars Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and many other DC superheroes who fight crime by making up wacky uses for their powers and not punching anyone. I could literally show you hundreds of highlights, but for the sake of brevity, I'm going to stick with just a few short ones that require little to no explanation.
We're picking up a trouble alert emergency.
Oh, FYI, that's the trouble alert. I'm pleased to inform you, I'm not making that up.
Super friends, we are in desperate need of your help. One of our Transylvanian jetliners has just landed with no passengers and no crew.
What?
How did it land?
Witches? It might be witches or harpies. It could be harpies. It could totally have been harpies, Tom.
Oh, did I mention that this episode has Dracula in it? And he's even wittier than he was in Castlevania.
Okay, Dracula, you're next.
On the contrary, it is you who are next. To perish.
Yeah, well, takes one to know one, jerkface.
Dracula's lowering us into a sunken well, and the rainwater's filling it up back.
Goodbye, my best friends. Enjoy your doom.
I don't know. Enjoy your doom just doesn't have the same sting as Welcome to Die.
Just play the next clip, ex-chicken.
Holy artesian wells, Batman! The water's gonna cover us any second!
And I can't reach my utility belt. There's only one chance left. My emergency backfinger fire.
Hurry, Batman! I can't hold out much longer!
Hang on, Robin.
Batman!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Feeding Batman. 2 more seconds and I'd have had it.
Apparently Robin can only hold his breath for 8 seconds. 10 seconds.
Well, we don't count very well. I actually did time this earlier, and it's exactly 6 seconds that he's underwater.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that way.
They hit us with their anti-gravity ray, Batman.
It's no use, Robin. I can't control the batjet.
Holy wild rockets! We're picking up incredible...
10,000 miles per hour? What the fuck?
So it would seem.
1 sec, I got a calculator on my phone here. That's 133 DeLoreans!
I just find it amazing that the Batplane's speedometer goes up to 30,000. Like, when he designed it, he expected that at some point he might be going 3 times faster than the plane can handle.
We've got to slow down. But hurry up.
The friction of the atmosphere is burning us up, Batman. What do we do?
Our only chance is to go faster, Robin.
Maybe not. The world.
The words of the world's greatest detective. Yeah, I mean,
Going faster will make it far more likely we'll be
horribly destroyed and sooner, but maybe not.
Pulling through.
Well, I guess it worked.
Well, then we do have to remember that there's an episode of Super Friends where Batman flies back in time while cruising in interstellar space in his jet plane.
Wait, that happens? Why aren't we showing that clip?
You tell me, you're the one in charge of the Super Friends clips. But to be honest, Super Friends isn't that bad a show.
Huh?
What's not to like? You got Superman, Batman, and the whole Justice League banding together and fighting intergalactic crime. The animation is way better than most of it's available today. They have lots of interesting and unique adventures, and it's even introduced some really cool original characters like Apache Chief and the Wonder Twins. Okay, you got me.
Nice try, though.
As we draw our panel to a close, folks, let us reflect on the immortal words of one wiser than you or I, indeed, the most luminous sage of our generation. Drop that zero, get with the hero!
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great time listening.